How do I know that Gainesville, Florida is the known center of the universe? Everybody knows that Gainesville, Florida is the known center of the universe because that's how it is. That's pretty much a known thing. That's why it's known. Everybody knows. But Shamrock McShane, who's a local actor and writer here and somebody that I frequently collaborate with, he's the one that originally pointed it out. I just popularize it. You know, I've said that everywhere I go, and it's even more known now than it was before. Encroaching development, the ruination of our local character and community, a city commission completely upside down and out of control. But the good things are the music scene, the culture, the character, the clean air and clean water that's slowly evaporating and being polluted and taken out by Nestle. Anyway, the point I'm getting to is Gainesville's doing a lot better than a lot of other towns that are suffering the same kind of thing. So, okay, so you're in the middle of the city at Maud's Cafe, the known center of the universe, drinking a cup of coffee. You can get in your car and travel for about 7 minutes and be in the middle of a wilderness surrounded by 10,000 alligators that after 5 o'clock will consider you food. I like that dichotomy. That's one of the coolest things about Gainesville, is the fact that it feels like a big city. It's not a big city, so you can meet people, you can see everything that's going on, but then just like that, you can get out into nature and be like in a whole other world. It's all connected. I'm, of the Transcendental Meditation School, so we're coming out of a singular oneness as different creative expressions. But at the center of the thing, it's the center of the universe, you see. So wherever you go, there you are. I'm not trying to be clever or anything. I'm trying to say that isn't a better question, how is it that we, with our creativity, influence the world around us? Well, that's right. And, that's one way that people live, and it's a stressful way because then you're just looking out for stuff coming at you. And if you're in the center of it, you're not really, it's like acting. It's like the best acting is listening to the person speaking to you, so listening to our world with all of your senses, and then rather than just responding to stuff coming at you, you're dancing with it. And so, this is a great question, because what we're talking about is how do people go about their business in the world? And most people either confront the world or are confronted by the world, and very few people learn to dance with it. So that would be what I try to do. It connects you to a deeper intuition. Your consciousness is expanded. One thing David Lynch likes to say is that if you have a golf ball-sized consciousness and you read a book, you're only ever going to have a golf ball-sized understanding of the book. And so really, the book may enlighten you to a certain extent, but when you transcend in meditation, and specifically in transcendental meditation, which is different from any other form of meditation in many ways, it's as if you tap and touch the unified field where everything is a oneness, like I tried to explain. And from that, it enlivens you, you enliven it. But you don't stay down there. You come back out with a larger, clearer, more illuminated understanding of the world in which you live. And so you go to the surface, you go down, you become in contact with the unified field, you enliven it, it enlivens you, you come back up. And then the larger you keeps getting larger, keeps getting smarter, keeps getting more effective, keeps getting more attuned to intuitiveness. And if you look around at the world, talk about being confronted by the world, who takes the time in their lives to just sit there and check in with the self? Very few people. It's just a constant barrage of stuff coming at you and reacting to it. That's, this all ties in perfectly with your question. This is a way to not have to react to it. It's a way to learn how to dance with the universe in a larger and larger and more effective way. So it's been profoundly influential on my life. It's easier to do things. It's easier to be creative. Life is more fun. Stuff doesn't stress you out so much. You feel more successful if you're not, but as it turns out, you typically are as you go about your business, as long as you keep going up, down, and down. larger, enlivened. So what do I think about people who are too in their heads? They're too in their heads. You know, you're striking for a balance. You know, balance is, I think, the natural order of things. And I think the things that put us out of balance are the things that we don't do in balance with nature. The way media works, for example. Nobody ever sort of shows what's happening. There's always a take on it. And the take is usually, if it bleeds, it leads. And so now you're in a heightened state, you're being provoked, you live in fear, but you gotta watch it. You know, it's like watching the traffic accident. You gotta slow down, even though it's not on the road, and go, wonder what happened there. Good thing that didn't happen to me. Oh shit, it happened to her. That's awful. Oh my God. And then you drive past it, but there's more to life than slowing down and looking at car accidents. There's racing, there's driving for pleasure, there's going a place you've never been before. These are all different ways to travel in your car. There's living in your car and not even driving, you know? So I don't know what to tell you. If you're too in your head, you're too in your head. If you're not in your head at all, you're what are you doing? You know, you can't go anywhere without your brain. You know, I mean, your brain is everywhere you go in a way. So, well, I've been doing, meditation a long time. If you're asking me for like a before and after, what have I noticed from before learning and practicing transcendental meditation to, how is it now with transcendental meditation? Is that the question? So, transcendental meditation, using the analogy of the vehicle, puts you in control of the vehicle. You can operate the air conditioning, you know where all the parts are, you can repair the engine, you can, you know where the gas goes, you know where the oil goes, you know where the window washers are, you can get everything going in your car, And some people get into a car, usually people who are out of balance, and they have no idea what they're doing. They're not paying attention to everything, they're not multitasking. At the same time, they're not connected with the function of the car, which is to go, drive, right? So, to me, the whole idea of transcendental meditation, the after of transcendental meditation, is that you are able to both multitask and absolutely focus on the one most important thing, depending on, the needs of whatever the process is that you're working on. So. The act of creativity. The act of creativity, it should behoove somebody to make things that didn't exist before, because that's a great way of making life valuable for yourself and for other people. You've made something that didn't exist before, and then when it's there, it delights you or intrigues you or provokes you. It delights, intrigues, potentially provokes others. And the process of the doing of making art is, it's like, it's better than, anything. It's better than smoking weed. It's better than not smoking weed. It's better than, you get lost in the thing you're making. It's like a Zen thing to make things and to get super involved in the process of creativity. I love it. Yes, people should extend themselves, and so the process of creativity and making something that didn't exist before is a great way for people to live and to enhance their living and make their living more interesting and better. I think creativity is the solution to adversity, period. In the strongest sense I can express that to you. Oh, I have like 50 albums, and they're not all good, but that's not the point. They always say in baseball, the best baseball players are the ones that miss the ball the most, or hit the ball badly the most, because they tried the most, and the few shots that they got were the ones that mattered.